What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky Quickie, we're going to take a look at Spider-Man from Homecoming. But not the same one. This is homemade Spider-Man. Alright guys, so here we have Spider-Man again. But this is, of course, the homemade version of Spider-Man. So he's still got his hoodie and his, like, coveralls or tracksuit or whatever you want to call them. So this, of course, was his alternate mode during Homecoming after he lost the Iron Man armor, so to speak, or Iron Man suit that Tony Stark gave him. I kind of dig the fact they gave us this. I like it. I like this idea. So there he is in Aldi Plastic Prison. You've got all his accessories. You've got the flight pack back there. You got Spider-Man Homecoming down here. And you got all the repeat of the crap on the back. And it says, oh, here we go. And when Peter Parker discovers spider-like senses and wall-crawling abilities, he develops his own suit to become Spider-Man. That's true, but I like how they just said he discovered them. Like, oh, hey, it's a thing. Though we have yet to actually get this version of Spider-Man's origin on his powers. We just assume that they happen the same way, and Uncle Ben and all that. So, I don't know that we'll ever get a flashback or anything to that. I don't think it's necessary, but it would be interesting to see if he got his powers from a radioactive spider. Radioactive. Or if he somehow is an enhanced individual, so to speak. Or is he potentially inhuman, like just has a little bit of inhuman gene and he develops spider powers because of it. You never know. That's something they didn't quite cover. But let's go ahead and get him out here and see how Hoodie Man is. Also, I kind of like the mild reference to Miles Morales with this. It's pretty cool. Alright guys, so now we got Spider Kid out here and looking pretty cool. I really do dig this. It definitely has that no obvious thing here, but it has the homemade feel of it. And I like it because most superheroes, you know, when they first get their start, they have to find a way to have a super suit, so to speak, or just a disguise. I mean, look at the Mark I from Tony Stark. That thing is garbage compared to later Iron Man suits. So this is pretty neat. The only downfall that this has is that the hoodie parts are a bit loose, so they do wobble and stuff like that as you mess with them. But I dig him. I mean, he's mostly molded in red and then has the painted on eyes. I like that. The goggles that actually help block light, which is basically like a almost like welding goggles. That's pretty cool. They actually did paint the zipper on the hoodie part there. And you've got the hand-painted spider logo. I think it should be worn off just a little bit, if I'm honest. I like the blue plastic here on the arms and the legs. And then you got the painted, I would assume, yeah, painted boots down here, which a lot of slop going on there. It is what it is. And then some really bad nub marks right there on where his body hinges together. But I like it overall. We've got some silver paint down here for his homemade web shooters, which I love that. His wrist is incredibly loose, but I guess that's okay. And then you've got red and black and flesh-colored hands. I like the fingerless gloves. I think he did that so he could help stick to things, which totally makes sense. What doesn't make sense is how he can use his wall crawling abilities with a suit on, especially with the feet. But, you know, it is what it is. If you go watch, I think it was Matt Pat's explanation for how Spider-Man can crawl on walls, there is that whole thing. As for articulation, he has ball joint with disc hinge in the neck, but it's a little bit limited and very tight. Oh, one thing that's really cool, the neck is totally like a molded piece to match up with everything else, like it's all one big mask. I love that. The shoulders, I already showed that. Disc hinge, bicep rotation, double jointed elbow that's incredibly stiff, and super loose wrist. We already talked about that. Ab crunch, goes forward one, back one. Got some extra plastic there. They molded the zipper all the way through, though. I love that. That's actually very good. Waist rotation, not that you really need it. Maybe just half a turn. Get a little bit of articulation out of that. I love the drawstring for the shorts or the pants. Gotta love that. Looks good. Kicks way up forward. Can't really go back. Can only go so far into the splits. You got thigh rotation, which looks fine. Only the side seam gets messy. I like the wrinkles for the pants. Looks good. Better than what Dragon Ball does with their figures. It's a double jointed knee, but that bottom is very, very stiff. And then you get a ridiculous boot cut, which you'll probably never use. In fact, I'll probably glue that solid, maybe. I don't know. And then ankles, like we always get. So, come on. Come on, Spider Boy. Do what you gotta do. I'm a Spider Boy. And for comparison, we'll bring out himself. I've still got it in the pose from the last review because these are being filmed back to back all at once. You guys should figure this out. But let's see how he compares size with himself. Looks like the head is a little bit bigger with the homemade version, if I'm honest. Actually, I think they're about the same height. But maybe because Tony's is a bit more streamlined. But, I mean, they're not going to be perfect. Not like they're based off the exact same body buck or anything like that. And we'll bring in Mr. Noir there for a spider conundrum. We're getting closer to the Spider-Verse now. So there we go. As for accessories, no spare head, which is fine, but you do get a spare hoodie thingy, which I believe you're going to have to rip the head off for. No! Okay. And then put the back on, and then I have no clue how you're supposed to get the head back on after you have this hood on. I'm not sure they thought about this. I guess you got to crush it down out of the way, cram his head in there, hope for the best. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's actually a good look. I didn't expect it to be, and it sits on very nicely because it's tucked so well onto the head. Maybe I'll leave it with the spider hood on. Spider hood. Let's go spider hood. Okay. Now you've got spare hands. You've got the right fingers of doom. Rock on, buddy. And you've got a left fist. So, whoop-de-doo. And of course, they swap out the way they always do. But we also have Vulture part number 2, which is the opposite wing. So we have 2 gigantic mirror images of giant wings. So, do that. It looks like a vulture face. I guess. I don't know. And that's when you bump the camera. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hood on or hood off? I kind of like them both, to be honest. I mean, this is a cool effect. I like this, but this looks pretty neat. Maybe it's because Spider-Gwen looks so good that way. I don't know. Anybody else kind of hope we get a live-action Spider-Gwen some point in life? I think that would be neat. Oh, that's just cool. Spider hoodie. Coolness. All right, guys, but that's going to be it for this little bit Spider-Man review. But I guess before we go, here's Wally. Wally. This is Spider-Man, again. I really wish they had more expressive hands, not just the web shooting hand and the fist. Also, the elbow is already slightly bent. You can't avoid it. It's one thing I discovered on the previous Spider-Man. So, Spider-Man, meet Wally. Wally meets Spider-Man. Yay. Oop, I'm knocking stuff over with my other hand. Alright guys, but if you like this video, if you like Spider-Man Homecoming, go ahead and give me a big old thumbs up. And yes, I'm going to be doing a lot more Marvel Legends this year because I like them. They are fun. And, well, some of them are really good. This is actually a very good one. And, yeah, hit that subscribers button over yonder. If you have not, if you're new to the channel, if you want to help support the channel, you can go check out the Shoky Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You can help support me and maybe even see stuff early. You might even see this review early. Would you like to see this review early? Would you? And go check out the Shoky shirts. That also helps. Plus, you can show that you're part of the Shoky Nation. Spider-Man would buy one. He'd totally buy a Shoky hoodie. Oh, Lupus for Lupus hoodie on Spider-Man would look really cool. Custom? Possibly in future? That'd be neat. But guys, I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, as always, keep on webbing.